Good evening.
Good evening.
Awesome. So, to begin with, I want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all the people in this room, especially to my mentors. One is the light, who paves the path, who lights the path for us, and the other being the strength behind, the force behind our movement. So one is Sat, one is Sri. Both kind of complement each other excellently. And last but not the least is prosperity. I mean, she's the backbone of everything that works well here. And she has so beautifully imbibed the qualities of both. When I look at Sat, I'm like, how can somebody be so calm and still remain light always and show us the path to walk on? And Siri, with all the energy, low emotions, all the doubts and everything happening, she's always pushing that keep walking, and she's the force behind our movement. And like prosperity is like calm. Wherever she has to be stern, like she can be the one that terrorizes us. And she can be the one who can calmly stand there and with a very straight face speak exactly like Sat does. I don't know what you have done. So that has been an exciting journey, and I would say this has been a first in my life, I should say. First in my life in terms of, I know we discussed about Gurukul system, and this experience was similar. And I know my fellow coaches have mentioned that. So I came with a bit of apprehension because this is not something I've experienced till this point of time in my life. Though I have stayed in hostels and not stayed away from home, but post-marriage, staying away on a 10 days residential, it was a learning thing, which was why I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything bad, I'm learning, I'm here to learn. So this whole thing about the PCC training with Alpha Stars being a residential course took it to a very different dimension, I would say. I did the ACC course with Alpha Stars last year, November. And that was a great experience too, but nothing when compared to what it is here. And the kind of learning, not just the classroom learning that we had, I would want to bring in the learning that I had outside the classroom. With all the blocks that you have, with all the fears you have, oh my God, I'm going to share my room with 3 other people. How does that work? Oh my God, I'm going to share the bathroom with another person. Oh, how am I going to stay here for 10 days? You know, banishing all those things to like chatting till 3 a.m. at night and then waking up at 5:30 in the morning to do the assignments and prepare for the class next day. It's been an amazing journey and experience with all the lovely people I've met and learned from and gotten inspired with and shared my heart with. So I would say the learnings that I had outside this classroom were equally important than the learnings that I had inside the classroom. So I'm going completely fulfilled with lots of gratitude in my heart. To have had the opportunity, to have had to have been able to come here in the first place, to have taken this decision. So I acknowledge myself for at least taking that decision. And I am in gratitude for being here and for all that I learned and gained here, basically. Having said that, coming back to what I'm going to do once I walk out from this place. Yes, we all came in with dreams. Some are already walking that path and want to make it bigger. I'm just starting. And I have a dream which has been growing, but has been a dream. But with this 9 days that I've spent here, I think I have enough light. The torch has kind of, paved that path for me, and the strength has is still, I know, is there with me, which will keep on propelling me to start realizing that dream. The dream right now I am talking about is to work with young adults. And when I say young adults, I refer to, I actually don't like to call them children because I find them way more grown up than us. So I refer to them as young adults. But I'm talking to people in the category of 12 to 17 years of age. And as we said, that's the right time in our older system also, that children used to go to Gurukul and used to experience a very different learning. So my dream is to become their Guruma in the true sense, to show them the light that they seek at that point of time. And having said that, this is just the beginning, and I trust the universe to show me the path as to what are the other things that I can actually do more, how I can do more. But to begin with, this is my target audience, and I'm focusing on primarily 4 areas to work with this category. A is building excellence. When I say building excellence, it's more about, how do they fare well in their studies, how can they stay more focused, and how can they keep themselves motivated. For that, we've learned so many interventions here, which I think that, will support even young adults to walk on that path. So timeline destroyer is one intervention, lifetime stress management, because this is their first encounter with stress, when there is a lot of change happening inside and outside in both the environments, and they do not have the right mentor available to help them cope with whatever is going on. So though it sounds a little I would say awkward that such a young child, and we are talking about stress management, but believe me, in my interaction with children of this age group, I see them going through immense pressure and stress. So that is one intervention. Consciousness of time is another one, because today's young adults do not have that much consciousness of time. Once they're on some gadget, time just vanishes. So to make them more aware, so that is one. And then indirect suggestion, as we talked about. And what was the best part in PCC was we've learned such short and crisp interventions. If ACC was all about, while you sit before me and imagine your mind as an ocean full of resources, and going in a slow motion, to hear, what do you see there? Now what do you see there? Now, I was like, oh my God, even this works. I thought for something to have an impact, you have to spend some time, some 20, 30 minutes taking them into a trance and giving them some suggestions. And it is, we've given a name, Dhakka Mukhi. So Dhakka Mukhi works so well. So I just cannot wait to do that with the kids, because I know, wait, we are going to play a game called Dhakka Mukhi, and this is what we will do with you. So, that was the best part. Here, things are so crisp, so fast, and you can bring out the impact. So one is building excellence, and I've talked about these interventions. And the other area where young adults struggle is building relationship, as they're moving out of their parental, I would say, influence, and now peer influence is starting to take effect. So re-imprinting is an intervention that I'd like to use. Disidentification, drop down, conversational mastery. That is where I actually digress. So conversational mastery is my biggest takeaway from the PCC session, because I see that to be very impactful, using all the meta programs and stuff. And then using Milton model patterns is also very, very effective. So that's something that I'd like to use. Career goal setting. When I say career goal setting, young adults at this point of time do not have a clear vision as to where they're walking, where they're going. So that is what I would like to use, along with building values and beliefs for young adults in this category. So some of the interventions, I know we went through some 28, 27 interventions, but I've picked only 10 out of them here. And sane tenses, designer swish, skill modeling is something that I'll use for career goal setting. Walt Disney, I'm still kind of evaluating, should I use, should I not use. And then building values and beliefs using problem dissolver, belief change process, change belief using submodalities, and integrating parts and resolving conflicts. These are the interventions I want to take forward to them, and mostly use conversational mastery, Milton model patterns also to bring the impact that I'd like to. So that's pretty much from the plan perspective. Yeah, I know that people have had goals as to I want to be this by this and this date. I do not have any such goals, but my only goal is to be my best and be my very best with each passing day and see what gets created in the process. Thank you so much for all that.